Have you ever told everyone about something big you wanted to do, and then noticed what happened next? Sometimes, when we talk too much about our dreams, they become harder to achieve. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young man named Thomas. He had big dreams, but also a problem. Every week, he started something new. One week, he wanted to open a shop. The next week, he planned to learn pottery. Then he decided he wanted to build a house. But Thomas had a strange habit. Before starting anything, he told everyone in the village about his plans. He walked through the market and shouted, "I will open the biggest shop in this village." People clapped. They smiled and spoke kind words. Thomas felt proud. He felt important. That night, he slept well. But the next morning, when it was time to start working, he felt tired. The energy was gone. Days passed. The shop was never opened. Soon, Thomas decided to learn pottery instead. He gathered people in the village square and announced loudly, "I will make the most beautiful pots. Everyone will buy from me." People praised him. They encouraged him. Thomas felt wonderful. But again, after a few days, he lost interest. He never touched the clay. This pattern continued for years. Thomas announced every dream. People celebrated his words, but his hands stayed empty. His life did not change.
He felt ashamed. He couldn't understand why he always failed. Deep inside, his heart grew heavy. He felt stuck. One evening, Thomas sat alone near the old well. An elder from the village approached him. The man was quiet and humble. People respected him, but he never spoke much. He sat beside Thomas and asked gently, "My son, why do you look so troubled?" Thomas sighed and said, "I have so many dreams, but I never finish anything. I don't know what's wrong with me." The elder nodded slowly. "Tell me, what do you do when you have a new idea?" Thomas answered quickly, "I tell everyone. I want them to know what I'm going to do. I want them to feel proud of me." The elder smiled softly. "Come with me tomorrow morning. I want to show you something." The next day, Thomas met the elder in his small garden. The elder held 2 seeds in his hand. He gave one seed to Thomas and said, "Plant this seed in the ground." Thomas dug a small hole, placed the seed inside, and covered it with soil. Then the elder took the second seed. Instead of planting it, he held it up high and called some children nearby. "Look, everyone, I have a seed. Soon it will become a beautiful tree. Watch how wonderful it will be." The children clapped and smiled. The elder placed the seed on a rock and left it there. Days passed. The elder quietly watered the seed buried in the soil. He said nothing about it. Thomas visited the garden often. Slowly, a tiny green shoot appeared. Week after week, it grew stronger. Meanwhile, the seed on the rock stayed the same. It dried in the sun. Birds took pieces of it. It never grew. After several weeks, Thomas saw a small plant standing strong in the soil. The other seed was gone. The elders stood beside him and spoke gently. "Thomas, a seed needs silence to grow. It needs darkness. It needs to stay hidden under the earth. If you leave it in the open and talk about it, it dries up. It gets stolen. It never becomes a tree." Thomas stared at the small plant. Something shifted inside him. The elder continued, "When you share your dreams too early, you feel proud, as if you already did the work. People's praise gives you pleasure. Your mind thinks the goal is already achieved, so your heart loses the fire to continue. The energy meant for action gets wasted in words." Thomas felt his face grow warm. He realized he had been doing exactly this his whole life. Every time he announced a plan, he felt successful without actually working. The applause was enough. He never needed to finish because he already felt finished. The elder placed a hand on Thomas's shoulder. "Dreams are fragile at the beginning. They need protection. Keep them quiet. Let them grow in the dark soil of effort. When the tree is strong, everyone will see it. You won't need to announce it." Thomas thanked the elder and walked home slowly. That night, he made a decision. He would try again, but this time he would tell no one. He chose a simple goal, to build a wooden chair. He didn't announce it, he didn't gather people, he just started. Every evening after his daily work, he went to a quiet corner and worked with wood. Some days he felt excited, other days he felt tired, but no one knew, so no one questioned him. There was no pressure, only his hands and the wood. Days turned to weeks. The chair began to take shape. Thomas made mistakes. He fixed them. He learned. Finally, the chair was finished. Thomas sat on it and felt something he had never felt before, real pride. Not the pride that comes from words, but the pride that comes from doing. One morning, a neighbor saw the chair outside Thomas's house. "Thomas, this is beautiful. When did you make this?" Thomas smiled quietly. "I've been working on it." The neighbor was surprised. "You never told anyone." Thomas nodded. "I wanted to finish it first." Word spread slowly. People saw the chair and were impressed. But by then, Thomas had already started his next project, silently. Years passed. Thomas became known as a skilled craftsman. He never announced his plans. He only showed his work when it was done. People respected him more because his actions spoke louder than his words. Thomas's life changed completely. He no longer needed praise before starting. He found something deeper, the quiet satisfaction of building something real. Now think about your own life. How many goals have you announced only to lose the energy to pursue them? How many dreams faded because they were shared too early? When you speak about your plans, you give away your power. Protect your dreams. Work in silence. Let your results speak. The world does not need to hear what you are building. It only needs to see what you have built. So next time you feel the urge to tell everyone about your big idea, pause. Stay quiet. Let the seed grow in darkness. When the tree is strong, everyone will see it without you saying a word.